And hey, hello there folks, RGB here from RJB TV, and today I've got a special meal for you. It's Brain against San Francisco, game number 2 of Protoss against Protoss, a continuation of a best of 5 that started in the previous video where Brain took down San Francisco in a pretty well controlled and strong Terran against Protoss display, although I gotta say and add to that San Francisco himself played really good as well. He started off really strong, but had some miscalculations in regards to what Brain was capable of, and Brain was able to fell the beast. Protoss against Protoss, green against pink. It's hard to see, it's closer to white because it blends into the texture of the yellow, but this is definitely pink. A little bit difficult to see in my opinion, but it kind of looks like white, kind of looks like something pale white. I mean, there's a pale white as well. Like, what are you gonna do with all those colors they added that look so similar to other ones? I'm just happy that they didn't get very similar colors, although we still do have the red against blue in case we do run into that situation, so I do know what to do if that happens. So yeah, Brain here on the 7 o'clock. He is a formerly semi-professional StarCraft player. He got his pro license with both Terran and Protoss, and then he didn't join a team because the KESPA, which was the professional scene back in 2012 and before, it kind of, ended because StarCraft 2 came around and there was some corruption cases with match fixing scandals, and that hurt the StarCraft KESPA scene so much that it kind of ended right there in 2012. And Brain didn't get the chance to join a team, but he went on to win a couple of small tournaments that had some really good players in them, but then never ever got the chance to shine again. And then somewhere in 2020, after Light and Mong and Flash had played fastest with him in 2019, they told him to try out for ASL number 9. And to everyone's surprise, like everyone was honestly surprised, Brain managed to get into the top 12 out of 32 professional players. And he beat some really good all-time greats in ASL number 9. Which goes to say a lot about Brain's individual skill and ability to play this game. And that is in addition to the fact that he is considered to be the best, fastest player alive in this world at this very moment. He is considered to be the number 1. And San Francisco, I can't say much about him. I just had a very long story introduction for Brain, but for San Francisco, I just don't know that much. So, considering I don't have much to say, let's focus on what build orders they are doing. Brain went for Nexus Double Gateway Cyber Core, and for San Francisco we had Nexus Triple Gateway Forge. Wait, this is Cyber Core as well. This Protoss against Protoss is going to start off with a lot of action right from the start, with both players going for gateways to start hitting each other right in the face with their Psy Blades, and make the other cry for mommy or mercy, which they're not going to give. They're going to finish them off for sure. So small little fight there on the middle with Brain having a small little advantage with 2 more Zealots in the fight. Probe there makes his way into the back of his base. Both players are going for Dragoons, but the difference being 2 gateways for Brain, 3 gateways for San Francisco. And a Zealot there makes it onto the probes, killing probes. He's got a 4 probe lead, a 3 probe lead. He didn't get the last one. Yeah, Dragoons are out of the map faster for Brain than for San Francisco. San Francisco doesn't have Dragoons coming across the map yet. There's a small little supply difference of 9 in favor of San Francisco. That's 2 workers and I think about 2 or 3 units. It's all because he has more gateways, although Brain now adjusting and adapting himself as well. Adding 2 more gateways, there's going to be 4 gateways against 4 gateways, but we have a robotics on the map here for Brain, which probably means we're going to see observers. He's making a shuttle. He might go for a support bay and for observatory. We have... Oh wait, we have Observer with Robotics on the way for San Francisco as well. He finishes Citadel of Doom, but he's not getting a Tempest Archive. Both players are kind of just going for the same thing of Gateway Army against Gateway Army with perhaps some Shuttles and Observers and maybe Reavers in the mix as well. This is looking a lot like the traditional normal map Protoss against Protoss. But it looks like Brain is winning the fight for now, although now units are joining up for San Francisco, so he might be able to go into pushback, target firing individual low HP Dragoons. Very good control here from San Francisco. But now he went in a little bit too deep. The control was good, but a little bit too greedy. Now he's getting cased down by Brain, who arguably has better micro and control and judgment than San Francisco. And San Francisco is losing a lot of his army now, and he's even fallen behind on Brain with his army supply. But there is the defender's advantage here for San Francisco. Brain has to send units all the way across the map, and San Francisco has units spawning in his base. So he will have the army size lead here in this fight over Brain for a little while at least. Every single macro cycle that ends, San Francisco will have more units. Zealot speed almost finished up there for San Francisco. Brain going for pure Dragoon, with a Reaver being built, getting a Citadel as well, and a Forge. His first Forge, he didn't have one yet. We have a Forge there for San Francisco as well, getting a cannon in the back. He's got a support bay himself as well. So he will probably get a Reaver as well after he gets... He's getting an Observatory as well. So both players really are doing the same thing. Just slightly different amounts of gateways, which results in, it turns out, not very different amounts of army sizes. It's just the timings are all jumbled up for both players. They're just mixing things up, changing things up, but they're in the end eventually arriving at the same destination. Of one attack on the way for both players started at about the same time. Zealot speed on the way for Brain as well, and we got that shuttle flying over the map. Is he going to go for a frontal attack, or is he going to try to go for a frontal attack and a shuttle drop from the side? We have a Reaver there coming out for San Francisco soon as well. Looks like Brain is going to arrive on the scene here before the Reavers spawn, so he will have a slight little bit of an advantage with the Reavers, double Reavers, on the scene before San Francisco's own Reaver is here arriving on location. But we have a beautiful arc there around that choke point. Shuttle getting a little bit too close. That was not a good choice from San Francisco. That was a huge mistake. He overshot his shuttle by a mile, loses it without really doing anything at all, but now Brain oversteps his own boundaries. He overstepped. The shuttle went down, the Reavers are free to take down, getting target fired, and it looks like San Francisco has managed to somewhat repel and defend the attack. It looked really strong. You don't often see Brain make a mistake like that. He overstepped too deep into San Francisco's base and lost his army, his shuttles, and his Reaver. So observers are entering the map. We have pylons being built there on the sides to see shuttle drops flying in over the right, and soon we'll have over the north some pylons as well to cover all directions. San Francisco hasn't built pylons on his sides yet. Observer there getting into his base. We're going to check out what's happening. We have cannons being built there on the sides. There's no cannons in the choke, because they're playing with Korean rules that allows only one single cannon in the choke. No cannons in the middle, one cannon in the choke. That's the rules in Korean Protoss against Protoss. Otherwise, these Protoss against Protoss games can become really, really lengthy. Think about an hour long, maybe 2 hours long. They can just never end. It becomes so much work to end those games. Drop there comes in over the front, might get sniped, does not get sniped. It gets sniped, but the Reaver unloads on the scene, shoots its load, Scarab can't explode. It's blocked there by 2 probes, and down it goes. 2 probes do die, but San Francisco doesn't mind, because he has 66 probes on total on the map. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, actually, I counted it wrong. That's 9, 11. Yeah, 11. 11 gateways. We have 7, 8 right here. Another 4 for 12. So the gateway counts are still pretty much the same. Supply counts are pretty much the same. Upgrades are also pretty much the same. There's a long list of things that look the same that I can keep adding onto the list. Although we have a Dark Archon there, getting mind control to maybe, perhaps, mind control the shuttles. Drop there comes in, and he does not kill any probes. He takes down the shuttle with the Dragoon control. So we have vision there on the sides now with double observer. Both players are kind of kicking back, building up their bases, not taking any risks, just going for drops and growing stronger and stronger with every passing minute, becoming harder to kill. So the game started off with a lot of action, and now we are kind of just kicking back, watching these players grow stronger and bigger. He moved his observer away from the side, moving it into the middle. Nope, he's pulling it back to the side. Not sure what that was about. Dark Templar down the middle, observer there from Brain, not letting those Zealots risk dying to a Dark Templar. Gonna get a couple more pylons there on the side. You got 2 forges for double upgrades, triple forge actually, they're on the bottom of that as well, getting a Stargate 2. Brain is going for really advanced technology really quick. Storm on the way there for San Francisco. Mind Control almost finished there for Brain. Actually, he cancelled Mind Control and he restarted it. Don't know why, but he restarted the Mind Control upgrade. Both players are getting level 1 armor, level 2 attack. Brain is a little bit faster with the armor and the weapon upgrade. Great Stormtrooper almost units there from San Francisco. He's got a great arc yet again. It's so hard to break into this 12 o'clock base. The entrance is so small, and the enemy can just sit in this huge circle around this entrance drop. There goes in. Templar's on the scene. Templar storms. Templar hits. Templar does not hit. There were 2 Templars. He lost 20 probes. He had 73 probes or something. Lost to about 20. So yeah, that one hit. I just selected the wrong Templar. Fight in the middle there, going in favor of neither of the 2. It's just too difficult to break through. And Brain didn't want to break through. Brain just wanted to hit the storm on those probes in the back, but didn't end up really killing that many. So now we got a small little counter move there from San Francisco because he feels confident his army is at the moment a little bit bigger than Brain's. He's got enough money in the bank, probes are being rebuilt, he is in a great position to go for a counterattack, but it might not be. I'm not too sure. He wants to get this Reaver shuttle in on those probes, or does he want to go for a frontal fight? We have 6 Templars there waiting in the front. Very strong army there. Reaver's on the scene. Templar's not going to storm. It gets killed. Reaver Scarabs are doing a lot of damage. Microing the Scarab there backwards. Army there meeting on the middle, getting intercepted. Storm there on Dragoons and the Reavers. Great Storms there. Storm's doing a lot of work for Brain. Picks up... No! Fails to pick up the Reavers. He picked up 1. The other one down. Templars pay for it with their lives. And right... Oh, the Reaver control is so good. But the shuttle gets taken down there by the Dragoons. The army there in the middle that Brain had that was intercepting the reinforcements got taken down. So now San Francisco is pushing forward with a greater supply than Brain. He's got a supply lead. He's breaking forward, pushing through. But we have reinforcements spawning for Brain. So how long will this army here remain? San Francisco there, good game. I wasn't expecting him to be putting up such a good fight against Brain and Protoss against Protoss, because I don't see many players put up great fights, Protoss against Brain. But San Francisco keeps convincing and showing you and I that he is really the real deal. I really want to see more of this guy. I hope I can contact him to get more replays of his... Because, oh my god, I just like how this guy plays. This guy is all about multitasking, macro, and control. He's got everything in one package. It's a beautiful package. I want that package. It's big. I want it. Okay, so, that was getting a little bit weird. So let's continue back onto the fight. Zealots pushing back. Zealots are great in large numbers against Dragoons that are clumped up. They just chase them down. Difficult to micro against speed Zealots with the Dragoons. Zealots just do so much damage against Dragoons. Dragoons don't do full damage against Zealots, I believe, but Zealots do full damage against Dragoons. So we have 1 armor, 0 shield, 2 attack for both players. But we have level 1 shield, level 3 attack, and level 2 armor on the way for Brain, but only level 2 attack, level 3 attack for San Francisco. He's still going to fall behind on upgrades. And I think when he falls behind on upgrades, it's going to be the tipping point in this game. Dragoons being sent to 6 o'clock to clear out those pylons to take away vision from Brain. Same thing here, Zealots are killing the pylons. There's a drop there lying on the top corner, waiting to go in. It's going to be the first drop for San Francisco. He's not trying to drop yet. He really wants to take control over this bottom 6 o'clock spawn to send shuttle drops in over this bottom corner. We have cannons here on the side, shuttle drop that comes over the top side, but we have cannons in between. This one is not gonna arrive on location. Gets killed, gets sniped, no mercy, absolutely brutal execution. So Brain clears out the zealots that were killing the pylons on the north, and the dragoons here are trying to kill the units that are killing the pylons here on the south or the right. So 75 probes now from SanFrancisco. He's gonna fill up his base, getting 2 more upgrades. And oh, drop, that's a big drop. A lot of Corsairs, shuttles coming in. How many Templars are there inside the dropping stars? He's on 74, 72, sitting 61. And there's one more Templar, and that one kills another. Oh, he went from 73, 75. He had 75 probes down to 49, so 26 kills there in total by Brain on that drop. Hitting SanFrancisco at a really bad time because his money is not that high. Neither is his gas. He is in some trouble. So Brain now back in control, back in the lead with a bigger army. He can produce pretty much non-stop. SanFrancisco, I don't want to say he miscalculated again. Brain just played really well, and perhaps SanFrancisco focused a little bit too much on Gateway Army and not enough on shuttle drops. He just hasn't been able to do a single shuttle drop because he didn't decide to do one until very late when Brain already had proper defenses set up. He's scouting for observers with the observer and the dragoons. It's a very important detail to do. You gotta clean out that vision on the sides. The army from Brain just keeps coming, and it just keeps coming, and it just keeps coming through this front door. He's got a couple of storms there prepared to storm on the dragoons. Dragoons are dodging the storms, but still getting pushed back into that choke point. But it's largely High Templars here, not a lot of units that can fight. It's largely spellcasters, and the dragoons stay alive. The Templars have used their storms. One more there on the backside might kill a couple of them. That's a successful storm. Kill the observer there on the top side, so a drop might fly in over that left side soon. Actually, make it the front side. Warming his way through, snaking his way through. Templar gonna unload. Templar pretty far away. Templar storms. Templar gets a disappointing amount of kills, but does it matter? No, because we have an army that's bigger than SanFrancisco's here in this entrance, inside the front door. Killing all of the units, all the stuff. The supply difference is 100 in total. Brain, his steam rolling, and SanFrancisco knows that he can no longer stay in the race. Calls GG, taps out. Brain wins this game. So Brain wins the Protoss against Protoss. He won 2 games in a row. So now we're gonna have a little switch up as we're gonna head into game number 3. I thought about doing just 1 game, but I feel like doing 2 games, so let's go into game number 3 and see what's going to happen in game number 3. SanFrancisco stays on the Protoss, but we have Brain switching over to the Zerg. And if I had to say, if you had to ask, if I had to say it, yeah, Brain's Zerg is really good. It's really good. It's different from some other Zergs. Like, for example, Burger Sasu has got a really good Zerg, but he really plays with a big focus on macro, Hydralisks, and a lot of hatcheries. Now, Brain is different. Brain plays with a focus on counterattacks and small little windows of opportunity, where he tries to disrupt what the Protoss is doing with immaculate multitasking and control. That is how Brain plays. He focuses more on technology, less on a big ball of Hydralisks to defend. Both styles are highly effective, but Brain's style looks a little bit more interesting. It sounds a little bit weird to say, but it looks a little bit more interesting because there's a lot more technological diversity happening much quicker. Brain is a tricky Zerg. Hamburger Sasu is a fundamentalist Zerg. He's all about the fundamentals of control, macro, and Hydralisks. Cheap units, they're easy to replace, easy to rebuild, but also easy to kill. So Nexus double gateway there from SanFrancisco. We have Brain on the top corner, going for hatchery and a choke and a pull in the back. Kind of the standard stuff that you will see in most Zerg against Protoss games. Some Zerg players like to go for double hatchery pull inside their main base, like in the top corner. They don't go for a choke. But I personally think that a choke Zerg is easier to play and perhaps a little bit stronger. I might be wrong, I could be right. Who knows? I don't. I'm not one of these Gosu players like Brain himself. There are things that I obviously don't know or understand, and they do. That is why they are the best of the best. And I'm just some guy on YouTube talking about the game instead of playing it. I mean, I play it as well. Not a lot, but I played as well. And I wish it was better, and I can get better. I gotta play more to get better. But first, that's kind of the thing. I gotta play more. I just got to play way more StarCraft than I currently do. That random story aside, though, we have 4 gateways from SanFrancisco balling up his Zealots. The Zealots might come as a small surprise to Brain, who has 1 sunken there in the choke. A couple of Zerglings there to protect that, but it's 5 Zealots and they're coming across the map. He does spot it, he does see it with the Zerglings, so those Zerglings do retreat back home. More creeps are being built really quickly. Not in time to fend off and defend against the 5 Zealots coming across the map. And he cancelled his Nexus. SanFrancisco cancelled the Nexus, although there's a Zergling there in the back. It spots it. We have a fight there happening. He's gonna walk through. Microing, controlling, stutter stepping with those attacks. Oh yeah, Brain is in some trouble. That is... Oh, Brain is in some trouble. He's in some trouble. There's 4 Zerglings in his base. 4 Zealots in his base, and they're pretty healthy Zealots, in my opinion. How is he going to defend himself against those Zealots and not lose drones? He got 10 drones. That's not a lot of drones. That's a very small amount of drones. The drones are unstacking to try and clip into the Zealots. He buys himself time for the creep colony to finish, but it's not sunken yet. And it looks like Brain is going to be fine, although there's a small little surprise on the side there. He's building cannons. But Brain knows that there's a probe in his base, so he's checking and he sees that there's a cannon being built on the side. He knows, he saw the probe getting in. He knew it was hiding on the side, but now more Zealots in the front. Going for a flank attack there on the Sunkens. Sunkens are going to take some real damage, but Zerglings are coming in as well, and they're ready to defend the homeland. And they do. They do defend the homeland. So where most other players would probably take some pretty nasty damage on their drones or have cannons built inside their base, Brain manages to kind of easily defend it, and now we have SanFrancisco pulling Nexuses again. He cancelled the Nexus earlier, but now the Nexuses are coming back on the left side. It's a triple Nexus build order after a 4 gateway build order. Very good walling technique there with the Zealots to make sure that none of the Zerglings manage to make their way through. We have Brain pushing Sunkens forward a tiny little bit to maybe push onto the pylon there to stop the construction of that proxy on the middle. But it could also be for Brain to try to draw the Zealots away or into the Sunkens. 2 options. Double gas, triple hatchery in the back. He doesn't have a lot of drones. Does not have a lot of drones. I mean, he built so many Zerglings though. Like, he's got around 20 Zerglings there in the front, maybe even 22. He used a lot of larvae on Zerglings, and that's kind of killing his ability to grow quick, because he simply does not have the amount of drones it requires. Big fight happening. SanFrancisco winning the fight. Zealots there killing pretty much all of the Zerglings. The creep colony does not finish in time. The cannon is out of range though, so this is kind of a stalemate. Both players are not within range of the other, so Brain didn't gain too much, but he did add a couple more centimeters to the pushing distance to get into his base. So robos are coming up on the middle, so double robo and a pylon there on the side as well. He's getting... He doesn't have anything else yet in the back. No Citadel of a Dune. So no speed on the way soon. We have hatcheries being built there in Brain's base. We've got a Hydralisk Den there on the way. Getting a lair, getting a third gas. He's already on 36 drones. He's been droning up pretty hard after this fight, but that might have been a mistake because Zealots are in a big number. And this will probably overpower this entire choke quite easily. There's Zerglings on the way for Brain, but this is looking like a big miscalculation from Brain. More Zealots are coming in. That 4 gateway production. That's just a lot of Zealots on 4 gateway production. He's never ever stopped producing Zealots, and he read the situation perfectly. Breaks through the choke. This is not salvageable. The backside there, a lot of Sunkens are coming up from Brain, getting Zerglings as well, trying to protect the Sunkens. He's trying to protect the Sunkens and the drones, and he's doing so successfully, but now the Zealots in the front there are going to focus on clearing out the front first, which should give Brain some time to finish up those Sunkens in the back. Brain is scrambling to stay alive. Things are definitely not looking pretty for Brain. This is not what he wanted to see. Triple Robo on the middle, 2 Reavers on the way, support bait are finished up, 2 Stargates are on the way back at home. Brain is getting a Spire, he's gonna switch over into Mutalisks. Hopefully he will have the time to do so. 51 probes there for SanFrancisco, 2 Stargates are on the way, as I mentioned earlier. He's getting Zealot speed and Dragoon range. And that's another gateway. Okay, I see what you're doing, I think SanFrancisco saw the Spire, so he knows to prepare for Mutalisks soon. He knows to prepare for Mutalisks, or so I hope. So I really hope he knows that Mutalisks are on the way. He should have seen the Spire. Maybe he did not, because when he was here with his units, it was still morphing. So there's a chance he doesn't know. Corsairs are on the way though. Level 1 attack as well for SanFrancisco. Triple Reaver there on the middle. Speed on the way as well. It's almost finished up. Getting cannons on his Nexus to protect against the backstab attack with Mutalisks. Scourges are hunting for a shuttle drop or something. Mutalisks are going for a backstab attack. Not gonna work though. There's 4 cannons already. Double Corsair on the scene. Almost finished up. We got... He's just building up here in the back. Building Mutalisks mostly. Mostly building Mutalisks. And the Mutalisks there arrive on the scene. Corsairs are ready to intercept them. It's not a surprise party anymore if you know it's coming. So he turns around. He goes for the fight, splits up the Mutalisks, and try to kill the Corsairs. Corsairs have to force themselves back to the cannons. And the Mutalisks are now going to just fly around the map, hunt for probes to kill like this one, and stop construction of a base on the middle. Kills the probe, runs away. One more probe on the middle though. Big army of Zealots, a couple Reavers as well. Horses in the air for the Mutalisks. Looks like he has everything set up to counter whatever Brain has at the moment. We have Overlords getting taken down there by Corsairs. That might actually hurt him pretty bad, although the Corsairs not protecting the Reavers means the Reavers are free to take down. Takes a couple of them down. There's 2 more, 3 more left alive, trying to kill the Corsairs while the Dragoons are providing a lot of support. And Brain no longer believes in his ability to kill the Corsairs without... Oh! Corsairs overshoot. Brain noticed. Tries to take them down, but they retreat just in time. Overshooting your target can be one of the biggest mistakes you can make if it ends up killing the units you need to attack, kill, or survive and defend. So Scourge is hunting for Corsairs. More Corsairs entering the middle. They do not have upgrades yet, but an upgrade should soon be on the way. Kills one of them. 6 Corsairs still alive. That's a pretty strong number of Corsairs for... How many Mutalisks does he have? He has about 12 of them in total. Not too strong. He's gonna keep trying to snipe the Observer. Observers are on the way. Mutalisks there. Lurkers are there in the choke point. He's got them in hold position. He's waiting for the entire army of SanFrancisco to be on top of the Lurkers. He's trying to bait him into a trap. Is it gonna work here though? Is it gonna work? They're still in hold position. Not attacking yet. looks like San Francisco doesn't believe. Because he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. He's simply not ready yet. Brain has got a pretty good surround on both sides. Lurkers are in the middle. Observers flying forward. They spot the Lurkers. Lurkers have to run away right about now. But oh, they do take some heavy fire. They do retreat to a better position. They're in the back. Big arc there on this entrance point. Big army from San Francisco. Both players have, I don't want to say similar army sizes because there's a pretty big supply difference. But 50 drones against 73 pro. So 23 unit difference there in favor. Oh, comes in. Gonna try to get us around. Lurkers are burrowing up in between everything. Mulisk in the air. Gonna try to take down the Reavers before they kill too many Hydralisks. Lurkers have been taken down. Corsairs are killing the Reaver. Killing the Mulisk. Reaver stays up. Reaver goes down. Corsairs did the job. And it looks like Brain wins that fight for now. But he's not out of these dark waters yet. The waters are still wild. He's on half the supply of San Francisco. Lost most of his supply, most of his Lurkers, most of his Mulisks to that attack. And luckily for him, San Francisco didn't build a lot of real estate. He's got 4 gateways in the middle, 4 gateways, 5 gateways at home, make it 9 in total. 2 Stargates, triple Robo. So I'm seeing a trend with San Francisco. He's great at attacking, great at macroing and building units, great at attacking and microing. But it looks like he's kind of slow on building more real estate. He's got a small amount of gateways, and a small amount of gateways he has is kind of hurting his ability to keep on attacking and attacking and attacking. Brain has got a pretty good moment of time to breathe, recover, and grow bigger, but oh, San Francisco feels the itch to go. Big army there in this choke point. Brain retreats, repositions his units. He's got upgrades pretty well. 1-1. Upgrades are pretty good. 0-0-1 there from San Francisco. His upgrades are pretty much behind in every single game. But he simply has more army this time around than Brain. Brain trying to get it. Oh, the storms are hitting him hard. Retreating once again. More units on the way. He's got a lot more hatcheries building. He's not even caring about how he places them. He just needs more hatcheries. He's just going to throw them down wherever they can. Hive is finished up. Really great split there on his units. Waiting for the perfect time to go. And is this the perfect time? I don't think so. But he's going forward. Templars in the front. But oh, the storms everywhere. Forced to retreat. Lurkers all go down. That was perhaps not the move he had to make. I think he had to wait a little bit longer, but he felt he had to go. He miscalculated slightly. Well, now, big army of Hydralisks spawning in the back. Storms it. Disruption webs and storms and Reavers killing all the Hydralisks, but the Hydralisks are penetrating through, getting top of Reavers. But it's no more disruption webs saving the day. All the Hydralisks do go down. Supply lead of 100 for San Francisco. He's so strong, so good, so... The control is phenomenal. The control really is phenomenal. I do not know who he is, but I do love watching him play. I love it so much. It is so interesting. He's making things work with a pretty small amount of gateways, robotics, and stargates. Just pure brute force, strength, skill, micro and macro, breaking through. Brain is in trouble. He's got Guardians on the way in the back. But he has Templars and he has Corsairs, although those Templars are morphing into... they're trying to become an Archon, but they simply can't. They were trying to... Oh, Storm's on the Guardians, they're in the front. Oh, they're morphing in a bad position. Guardians coming from the back to the front, trying to kill the Reavers. Reavers sniping the High Templars first to make sure the Guardians don't get taken down. The Devourers have finished up as well. There's Dragoons on the scene. We've got Corsairs going in for the Guardians, but you get Devourers to kill the Corsairs. Reavers crawling forward. They're trying to get the drones, but the drones, yeah, too far away. High Templars crawling in as well. Storms everywhere. We have storms killing the Guardians. The Corsairs did not much at all, but the Guardians got taken down by the Templars. And look at this army size here inside of Brain's base. Brain is being broken apart. Does not happen much. He tends to win most games, but right here, this is a really good display of skill from San Francisco. This is a beautiful Protoss against Zerg without a single drop. Not a single drop. This is pure macro through the front door, pushing forward with a great strong Reaver army. Templars on the Mutas doing great work. Brain's base has shrunk. I think he's lost about 7 hatcheries so far. And he's only got 6 of them left. And there's a couple Sunkers in between the drones. And the drones get stormed to death. And that is the GG. How many did he kill? 35. It's over. San Francisco wins his first game. So far, Protoss against Zerg against Brain. Beautiful display of skill from both players. Brain, perhaps a little bit too greedy at times. San Francisco was controlling this game masterfully. Did not use a single drop, but was always threatening that front door. But yeah, Brain definitely miscalculated a couple of times. Lost his choke too easily. Produced too many Zerglings at one time. And had a couple of greedy moves forward trying to kill that Reaver Templar army. Marching through the choke point. I think he should have waited a little bit longer for a slightly bigger army himself. Because the High Templars and the Reavers just destroyed his Hydralisks with ease. The Disruption Whips were great as well. I liked that game a lot. Hope you enjoyed it as well. Please do return next time, because I'm gonna end the video here. Hope to see you return for game number 4 in the next video. It's gonna be awesome, because so far all these games have been certified awesome. All of them have been awesome. So yeah, please leave a like, a comment, a subscribe. Become a member if you want. There's no benefits to being a member, except that you give me money to get more replays, which is kind of the one thing I've been struggling with. It's very hard to contact players at this point in time to get replays. It's very difficult. A lot of good players are retired, and new players have showed up, and I just don't know who they are or how I can reach them. I just don't know. See you next time. RGB signing out.